Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is that you're listening to this. My good name is Yvette Wanzu, and welcome back to Walking with Wanzu. Here we talk about all things life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the amazing, those things that leave you shook, and those things that leave you just feeling warm and fuzzy inside. Here we have unfiltered conversations about, just generally about all things life. And I love to talk. And another thing I love to do is just to share my experiences, both good and bad, if and when I have conquered them, when I'm going through them, when they keep coming in motions. And we all just know how adulting can just be that one thing that was always such a mega scam, and everything that we thought it was going to be when we were kids is actually not what it is. I'll say this though, and I know I tell this to people a lot. One thing that I genuinely enjoy about being an adult is that I run my own show. Honestly, I could come to my own house at midnight. I could sleep during the day. I can have cereal in the afternoon. As long as I have the resources and the capability, I can do what I want to do when I want to do it, within bounds, of course, and when I'm not infringing on anyone's rights or just doing things that could harm anyone in any way. So yeah, that's the one thing about adulting that I enjoy. Every other thing is just a scam. Can we just talk about how your bills just wait to prey on your salary? And how relationships are hard to nurture? And how you're always just busy trying to survive at times, and how depression will just knock you left, right, and center, and how you're always just trying to figure something out, and sometimes you don't even know what exactly it is you're trying to figure out, and how happiness seems like a destination, and being zen and just being calm and collected and having self-love always seems like this far-reach thing that you're always trying to strive to get to. Anyway, all that to say, we just know that adulting can really be hard, but at the same time, it can be glorious because of all the benefits and all the good things that come with it. How are you? How have you been? How has life been treating you? Kind, I hope. If you're going through a hard time, I'm sending you lots of hugs and lots of prayers and good vibes coming your way. This too shall pass. Tough times never last, but tough people do. And we'll get through this, just me and you. As you're listening to this, know that I have had my fair share of ass kicking with life, but one thing that I do is I always come up on top. That doesn't mean that I win, but I keep pushing, because, here we don't quit. Is quitting even an option? I don't think so. So if you're having one of those days that you're feeling low and you're feeling down and out, just know that there's the possibility of things to get better, and it's okay to feel bad, it's okay to feel hurt, it's okay to feel low, but just never give in and never let up and never give up. Constantly find ways to come up, even when life is knocking you down a good one. Always constantly reinvent. So I'm here. I just want us to catch up, talk about a few things here and there that have been happening. It's been a while. I've been feeling like my creative juices have just not been flowing the way they need to, and I've just been adulting, guys. Work has really been doing that thing, but I feel like now I have really settled at work. As far as, doing a few things here and assisting in dentistry, I really feel like I have learned so much, and like I have really improved from the first time that I got into the job up to now. I really feel like I have done so well, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I'm grateful for my job. One of the things that I have really been struggling with though in this season is just my income. Actually, let me tell you, when I was telling you in the beginning that your salary is just out here, that your bills are just out here waiting to prey on your salary, I meant just that. No sooner do I get paid than I'm just back to square one. And one thing that I know I don't want to do is to constantly keep complaining about how little I feel like I'm being paid or compensated for the work I do. It's just to try and wrap my head around how can I make things better. If I need an additional stream of income, What is that? How do I go about it? How do I make sure that it serves me and I just don't end up clowning in the process? There's also this thing that I have really been thinking about. I do truly from the bottom of my heart want to be in a financial position where I can afford the things that I want. Like, if I sit down today and I'm just like, see, we do pizza in, you don't even have to rearrange your budget. You're just like, pizza in it is. Just enjoy small joys. Sometimes even something as simple as going for swimming is something sometimes you just feel like you really need to plan for and rearrange and rework and revise your budget, and you're just like, what? The struggle never ends. And when you feel like you're recovering school fees, pap, when you feel like you're recovering shopping, pap, when you feel like you're recovering Siju who is sick, emergency fund for the medical nini, pap, and I am starting to feel like I am constantly on this hamster wheel of just trying to get more finances, and then those finances I keep putting out fires with it. And I would genuinely just want from the bottom of my heart to be in a position where I make surplus income and also just find time to enjoy it and enjoy spending my money, investing, thinking, you know what, I have like a 30 G's or like a 50 G's or like 100 G's or a couple of 100,000 just sitting somewhere, just waiting for me to just do things with it. And that doesn't necessarily mean I just want to eat and have a good time, even just to invest. What is all this struggle for just reworking your budget all the time? So that's something that has really been weighing heavily on my mind. But the funny thing is, I'm not thinking about it from a complaining point of view. Of course, there are times that I complain about it and I bitch about it, but I'm also thinking about it from a point of view of, so what is the solution, and where is the solution, and what does the solution look like? And one thing that I'm also realizing is I really don't want to keep working just to pay the bills. Oh my gosh. Do you people know this thing where you just find a job and you just need to do it because you just really need to get things done? I really want to outphase that phase in my life. I want to be in a position where I genuinely love my job. And I know some of you are going to come for me and at me saying, oh, millennials are so entitled and they just feel like they should do everything that they love, and they should just, their work environment should just be ponies and rainbows, and they should just thrive. And it's just not about being entitled. For me, it's just being in a space where I feel like, if you close your eyes, and if someone could remove you and take you back, you feel like that's exactly where you're meant to be. And honestly, I really want to have that feeling. I just want to genuinely do something that truly exploits my talents and my giftings, and something that I really love, and make money out of it. And I think I know what it is. But one thing that's also hindering me from pursuing it is just timidity. Like, I just feel so timid. And I've been listening to a lot of content about confidence and believing in yourself and self-love and self-worth and all that. And one thing that a sad reality that I have come to terms with is that my self-esteem is not where I would like for it to be. It's actually quite low. I've noticed it in my demeanor. I've noticed it in how I move. I've noticed it sometimes in how I think, even my self-talk. It's like I don't believe in my awesomeness. It's like even for me, it's like I have a hard time comprehending just how amazing of a human being I am, and what my true potential is, and what I am truly capable of. And the truth is, we are all born with this innate amazingness that we just really need to bring ourselves to tap into. And it's almost as if I know that mine is there. I just have such a hard time reaching deep within and finding it. And I know that sometimes confidence is a fake it till you make it kind of thing. Sometimes you're just not feeling confident, but you just need to keep telling yourself, it's fine, you're good, you've got this, you're great, you're awesome. And there's that. But there's also just finding that space where you just genuinely believe that you've got it. You've got it. I mean, if anyone else is can invent things, can build things, can do amazing things, then so can I. And I genuinely just want to get to that level where I can just reach within and love myself and respect myself and believe in myself. And it's also starting with the small things. Like, I noticed of late that most of the times when I'm walking, and I love to walk. I love taking long walks. I could be walking home from work. There's that stroll where after I alight from the matatu and I'm walking to my apartment. That long, that short stroll, I would like to say, because it's not really that long, but I enjoy it. I don't even feel like it's so long. I would like to think, I'm just walking, enjoying the breeze, feeling, it's been a long day, but it's good, feeling, soaking in the night air, and then I get into the elevator, and then of course I get home. And I would like for that walk to be such a nice time to just decompress and just enjoy the air, because the nature of my job is most of the time when I get to work, I won't have time to maybe leave or have lunch break outdoors, or most of the time it's back to back until it's time to leave. And so I really relish and enjoy the times when I'm outdoors and I can just soak up in the good and fresh and cool air, And I've just noticed that most of the time when I'm walking, it's like I'll always be walking facing down. When I see someone that I know, I really struggle with just psyching myself up to be able to talk to them and chat them up and say hi. So sometimes I end up looking the other way, or I'll cross the road, or I'll go to the other side of the path and act like I haven't seen them. And it's not because I'm a snob, it's just because sometimes I feel like I really just struggle with, how do I put this? It's like my social batteries are at an all-time low, but that's not because it's like I have social anxiety, but it's also stemming from low self-esteem. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like at the back of your mind, I feel like whatever interaction I have to offer to this person is not worth it. Like, see, you just remove yourself. And then I also feel sometimes like I would just love to be in my own world. Like, excuse me, if someone could take me and just let me walk down the street and it's just me, like a ghost town, it's just me and the fresh air and nothingness, it's like I would enjoy that more. And I don't know where that comes from. And the other thing I also notice is I rarely look at people in the eye when I'm talking to them. First, I want to say that as much as I am outspoken and sometimes loud and the life of the party, I am quite shy. And so maybe some of it would be because I'm shy, but sometimes I also just can't look at people in the eye because I just don't feel like maybe I'm that good to look at, or I feel, I mean, one of the effects of not having very high self-esteem is you genuinely just feel the need to be less, so if it's looking someone in the eye and that makes you too conspicuous or the focus of attention during the conversation, then you want to make yourself not be the focus of attention. You try as much as possible not to draw attention to you. And I don't know where this came from. But now that I think about it, and I had this conversation with someone who's very close to me, is she told me, I wish you could see your younger self, like us who are older than you. When we saw you when you were younger, you were such a bubbly person. I don't know also if it was the blissful ignorance of not knowing what life truly is and how much it can kick you. But I was so alive. When I was younger, I was so alive. I was so opinionated. I was just out there. I was just living life unapologetically. I was just doing me. And I miss that. I really do. I really miss that. And so now I've started doing small things. Fixing my posture when I sit. So sometimes when I find myself slouching, then I'll try and sit up. Even when I'm walking and I find myself slouching, I'll try and walk upright. When I'm holding a conversation with someone and I'm so scared, I'll try and keep telling and reminding myself, look at them in the eye, look at them in the eye, pay attention, nod. Most of you don't know this, but I'm really good with my hands. Like, I am really, really good with my hands. Give me anything that you need me to do, to work on, whether it's especially braiding, like doing hair. It's almost like therapy for me. That's why sometimes I even do people's hairs for free, because it's like an outlet, and I just enjoy the ability to express myself through creating hairstyles and doing things like that. And so I braid hair on the side, and I'm actually quite good at it because I'm self-taught, but over the years I've learned to perfect it, especially through doing my own hair. And so there are hairstyles that I know that I can pull off and do them really, really nicely. And sometimes when people ask me how much I charge for my services, I get so shy. And so you'll find me giving answers like, Kwani, how much do you want to pay? Or just give me what you have. And so the other day I was doing a friend's hair, and it turned out beautifully, if I may say so myself. And her sister saw it and she was like, hey, I would really like for you to do my hair as well. How much do you charge? And guys, I had such a hard time just voicing how much it is that I charge to do hair. It's almost as if I didn't believe that I actually do a good job. And the entire time I was braiding my friend's hair, I kept having this inner voice that kept criticizing, that part is too loud, that seems crooked, maybe you should fix that. And as I kept brushing the braids down, because I was working my way from the nape of the hair to the very top, I just noticed that I was doing a really good job and the braids were really clear and they looked really nice. But I kept doubting it and I kept thinking, maybe this doesn't look as nice, maybe it doesn't look that good. But it actually was, and I was doing a good job. And so I don't know if this speaks to you, or I don't know if you resonate with this, but I just want to tell you, whoever it is that is listening to this, and if you're out there, building back your self-esteem to what it needs to be or to what it was can be difficult. But once you realize that and you try and work towards making things better, please know that it's a process, and be gracious to yourself. And anytime you make a small step or a small stride, or you make progress, celebrate that. Anytime you have a conversation with someone and you manage to look at them in the eye and you talk and you get to feel yourself in a confident manner and you did what you get to do, celebrate that and embrace it. So I guess that's what I really was feeling and thinking about deep inside, and I wanted to share. So I hope this speaks to you. Please share this with someone who you know could use a lift me up or to be cheered up, and to someone who just needs to feel like what they're doing, what am I trying to say? Someone who feels like they're struggling with their self-esteem and their self-confidence and believing in themselves, and they want to make a conscious effort to make that better. I empathize, I understand, and I think that you can do better. And every opportunity that you have to make things better, please embrace it and take it, and know that you can. Thank you for listening to this episode of my podcast. I look forward to making more and more content and coming back and reconnecting on here and chatting. Please do feel free to like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Sending you lots of hugs and good vibes and sunshine and lots and lots and lots of love and light. I will see you or talk to you on the next one. Bye bye.